architect defines a space, but the real meaning of that space comes not only about the proportion, but comes from the materials that create that space. So we can talk about limits, and those limits define that space are materials and surfaces. In a way, we're hunters of ideas, hunters of feelings, hunters of inspiration. So you never know, because maybe there's like I don't know, maybe it can be a residential project or it can be a museum, and suddenly you're walking, you're traveling, you're in a city, and you're attracted by the feeling of something, and sometimes by a material, and say, wow, this is now really interesting to develop this you know, this kind of influence of this material, and can be taken to that project. Other times, I mean, there's not like a rigid way of creation, and materials are very much around, floating. And where do we catch them? In any moment. We're hunters of those feelings. We're constantly searching and looking, choosing and selecting and organizing those materials in our projects. Again, it's something that it's motivated by our attitude to provoke. Architecture for us is a way of expression, and in a way that expression comes from, as we understand architecture, from a very, very deep anxiety of producing, first of all, sensuality. We're very sensual in the praise that we create. What does that mean? We really love to enhance those I don't know, those roughness or the coldness, or maybe the warmth of materials, of course, but also about the light, also about the proportion of space. So that kind of I mean, I'm talking about to provoke, but in a way we want to be radical, and in a way you are radical, the idea is much more powerful. So there's not like a law where we define, okay, this thing has to be on the ceiling and then this has to be on the wall. We tend to maybe turn all those things around and start saying, okay, why? Because it's been done always there. And what happens if you change it with of course, with the logical change of, I don't know, the conceptual needs of that material, because it's different in the floor than in the ceiling, of course, but comes from that idea of to provoke, to be radical, to not to accept the conventional understanding of things.